I was 45.
Yeah.
I had never worked in the government. I was trying to get hold of, fortunately, I worked in a big bureaucracy, the Catholic Church, and I understood something about the vagaries of bureaucracy. I had worked in the university, 2 universities, and I had been in the healthcare system. All of that learning came to play when I went to work for the US government, where I found not only was the bureaucracy very upright, but I found there were less things to complain about in the government than I had found in the church or the university, or in lots of other societies to which I was a member, or in which I was a member. So I quickly, maybe not so quickly, it took me 9 or 10 months because there were 18 institutes, each with many subparts, and they all designated themselves by initials. So I had to learn about 100 acronyms for different parts of NIH before I could function. And so my learning curve was very steep. And in addition, of course, I had to learn my way around the Congress. Senator Ted Kennedy was elected for his first term the year I came to NIH, and he started, I think perhaps because he had a sister who was handicapped as a child, he started hearings right away on child health and human development and expanded those to such issues as frontal lobotomy, to issues of whether drugs were properly prepared and tested before they were put on the market. We found it was customary in those days for drug firms to give drugs to physicians and to pay the physicians to test them on their patients, but they never told their patients these were experimental drugs. So we found lots to criticize in the medical world, and Senator Kennedy began to pick up a lot of that criticism. It was aided and abetted, that is, the concern about all that, by the thalidomide disaster that occurred in Europe, and it was on American television to the point where most Americans think thalidomide babies were in this country. In fact, they were not. But and it was a great credit to the FDA that they had forbidden the use of thalidomide in this country until further testing occurred in animals. And so we saved a disaster. But I was greatly inspired by the lady at FDA, whose name I'm blocking on
Frances.
right now.
Frances Kelsey?
Frances Kelsey, that's the name. And Frances Kelsey and I became great friends. She often visited my home, and we talked about how the government could be revised to do a better job, both of screening drugs and devices, so that the public would be better served. And she was an old hand in the government and taught me a lot. And she was also very tough. She withstood all kinds of pressure to approve thalidomide, and eventually won a presidential award for her service. And she was an inspiration to me.